Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Good evening, I don't know. It's still morning here when I'm recording this. By the time it gets up, I don't know if it will be. It is Saturday, February 29th. Leap day, leap year, yay! It still wasn't enough days in the month, though, right? Too short a month. So this is the new project, same paper collaboration. I'm in collab with Stamp Girl. And I believe we have some others too joining us, and they'll all be linked down below. It's not that many, but they'll be linked down below. So January is when I started this paper pad. It's a Love U A Latte. It did not have 48 sheets, but I seem to recall it had 45 or so. I'd have to go back and watch January because I forgot to write it down. Or I wrote it down in a different place than on my little cheat sheet here. So last month I made just a memory dex card and for hot cocoa and a card that had to be done for a swap. But this month I did something a little different. I followed a tutorial by Paper Play with Julie K. Hi Julie. And corresponded with her a little bit because I had some questions. So I made this paper bag journal. And it's the first one I ever made, and it turned out okay. I'm still not quite done decorating everywhere. Like I want to put some more bling on the outside, but and some things in the inside and some embellishments that I want to do and tags still, but I will show it to you. Okay, this and this are a die from, I just had these all out. Here they are. KS Craft, I think it is. KS Craft. It's there was a mug in it too, but the coffee and the surrounding thing cut out from that, which I bought I think sometime early last year. But then this is actually a die that drove me absolutely crazy yesterday because I knew I had these dies because they were bought this was one of my first ever 12 by 12 paper pads I bought, and around that same time I also bought my first ever travel mug dies, which is what these were. I was going nuts trying to find them yesterday. I looked through every single one of my dies where I keep them. Now keep in mind, I'm not organized. I have them in bins, but I don't have anything labeled yet. Well, I thought I had seen it before, you know, like I pulled it, well I did. I had pulled it out for this project and put all my stamps and dies and stickers and whatnot in this bin specifically for this project, and I forgot that, or I had pulled the other ones out though, but I missed that one. It was tucked in between stickers or something. So here it is, Dynamics by My Favorite Things, and I wrote on here I bought this 2517. So this is right after, and it was from Hallmark Scrapbook Crafts apparently. So anyway, yeah, I found it and I used it, and I cut this out of Early Espresso Stampin' Up paper and ran it through the subtle embossing folder, and it just gave the cup some texture. And then these are part of the pattern paper scraps I had. Little piece of ribbon here that I don't remember where it's from. I think I put that away already. I don't know. Probably, I don't know exactly where that one is from. Oh, here. It's Offray. It's Offray. And, I don't know where I got it, but you know, one of the stores that sells Offray. Probably AC Moore or Joann's, I'm guessing. Possibly not. I don't think Michael's. This is Dollar Tree ribbon, and I cut this out of scraps, and then this is some of the paper. So it takes a while to assemble this. Now Julie gave 3 different styles. Her part 1 is this style with the hole punch. So I thought, well, I'm just going to do that for my first one, but honestly the next one I'm going to sew, and I'll tell you why as we go through. So This is paper bag. I could put something in here. I have not yet in that one. And then I open it up and let me put it like this. I have a belly band here, and then these are stickers. I tried to use quite a few of the stickers from these Dollar Tree. I have 3 of these. Yeah, here I go again. Multiples, right? Well, I had 14 stickers and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. But you can see I used a lot of the smaller ones. Yeah, I'll show you where when we get into it. So I did use some of those, but and then this was a cut apart, but first coffee, but I rounded the corners and then I stamped Rise and Shine, and that is out of this Rise and Shine stamp set from Stampin' Up, which is in Celebration 2, available as a free item with a certain amount of purchase. I'm not sure what, starting March 3rd, and it's right there. And so yeah, I just did a belly band and stickers, and then I stamped Rise and Shine, but first coffee. But the coffee's kind of hidden until you pull it out, but you can see this coffee. So Rise and Shine, but first coffee. Here I can't decide what ribbon to put in this yet. That's why there's none in it. I hate to say this, but if I can't find one that I like with it, I might be doing a shopping trip. Plus, I'm not really sure I like this. I wanted some frilly lace, but like this one wasn't the right color, but it would have worked. And this one was an okay color, but it's like more of a border trim, you know what I mean? So I didn't really have any that I truly loved going with this. This one's okay, and it's Dollar Tree. This is another one of the stickers, and here's some washi. I did use some washies. Did I put them away already? I think so. Oh, no, here they are. Which washi? Okay, that's this one. This was in a tube, but I don't remember which tube. So yeah, I have that. And just so we know, I also used some of this, which is from Target. It's one of those handmades. I had now I'm not sure. I might have used this one, which has more pink in it. I'm not positive now. And I also used some of this, which I think is also Target handmade. And then I used some of this, which I believe is Doodlebug, because it just has that look. And at some point in here, I did also use this. And I'm not sure what that is as far as brand. But here's, on the front, I also have one of these pink doilies, which is Doodlebug, and I know I got them from, pretty sure from scrapbook.com a while back. I got them in a couple different colors. I think it was online for sure. Okay. Okay, so then I made a pocket, yeah. And here, I have some washi. Oh, this is really wide washi. Also from Target. Came like this. It's the polka dot. It's Handmade Modern, 3 rolls. I don't know if they sell this anymore. Last time I was in Target, I don't think I saw it. Then I put half of a doily, which already was cut in half, and one of the cup stickers, and I made this into a flap. Then I stamped over here, coffee is a mug, Coffee is a hug in a mug, and I put some little mugs down. Now those are from KS Craft also, which I bought, well, I received them in November. So it's this cute set. I don't know if you can see it real good, but it has these pairs of coffee mugs and then these beans. I used quite a few of these sentiments throughout here. I used the coffee beans a couple times, and I used the mugs this one time. The ink I used was Early Espresso, and everything is edged either in soft suede or Early Espresso. This is a donut felt sticker. And I don't know where I got them from, but I turned it into a little tuck spot here, just a little one, because this is a little paper sack, which I got a whole pack of from Hobby Lobby a while back. And I can't remember if it was online or in store. So then this is just a little scrap of the paper, but I put a little pull tab on it, and then I have another cut apart in here, adventure awaits. But not until you have your coffee. And over here, here's some washi. I used my 1 3/8 inch scallop punch. This is the part of the paper pad scrap. And here I stamped no crafting without coffee, which is also from KS Craft. I have these glassine bags and I'd never used them. I wasn't sure what to do with them. So I put them in here, and I should have put it the other way around, but I just put a couple of the cut aparts in here because I really didn't know what to do. Now here is what I don't like about this method, is that it takes up too much of your, it takes up about 1/2 inch or more of your space. So normally, like, I'd be able to fit longer, wider pieces in, but you can't because you have your hole there. And I did use reinforcers, which Julie recommended, and she also recommended you glue them down, which I didn't on the paper bags, but on all the papers they're glued down, which is over the bags anyway. And these I went over with actually crumb cake ink from Stampin' Up with the little finger dauber. Okay, and then glued them down. This rickrack is, I'm pretty sure I got that at AC Moore a while back. Nope, Joann's, I'm sorry, Joann's. That's right, it's in there. It was in their dollar bin in the ribbon. It looks kind of old. I actually might have got this at a yard sale because this is looking kind of old, which is why I liked it. I didn't put anything on that one yet. I'm not sure what I want to do. This is actually a Stampin' Up envelope out of the Magnolia Memories and More cards and envelopes pack. And I just cut the flap off and left the pocket in. And then I was going to make a double pocket, but I forgot and glued this down. So it's not a double pocket, but it's decorated. And here's where I stamped the coffee beans across the bottom on both sides. So back here as well. And I just made a tag. I'm not liking this same ribbon on the top, but that's just out of the same paper as this, which is the same as what's on the front cover. So here, this is my favorite Michaels ribbon, which this is how much I have left of it. And I don't know if I have another roll. If I do, it's in a sweater box somewhere and I'll have to find it, because otherwise I want more of that. That's like my favorite because it doubles over nicely to make a nice binding. Anyway, so here I glued it down like a pocket, and then I just had this piece of paper and I didn't do anything to it other than corner around it and ink the edges. So that's a little booklet, and that's, I have a couple little doilies. I was going to use one of these on the front cover, but I couldn't because it was too big. This was a cut apart, a long piece, and I just made it into like a flag. And I just made it into a tuck also. This is another piece of that paper, and I just stamped on it, Make Today Amazing. That is out of the Stampin' Up Rise and Shine stamp set, I believe. Yes, Make Today Amazing. So it can be written on and then a picture or something over here. I couldn't figure out what to do with this. This was just a piece of the paper that I cut, and then I was originally going to leave the back white, but I didn't. I covered it. And then this is a piece of this Michaels Celebrate pink ribbon, which actually is a tuck also. But then I made a pocket, used the Doodlebug washi, and stamped Coffee is Always the Best Inspiration out of the KS Craft stamp set. And that's the 1 3/8 scallop, and I think that's the 1.5 inch circle punch with some of the paper. And here's one of those little sacks again, and I haven't decorated this little thing, which is right in the center. On the inside, I had been, I don't know if I bought, I think I was gifted this. Hang on, what did I do with it? Anyway, it's one of those little tablet books, like, oh, here it is. like you can get it Tuesday morning. I think somebody gifted this to me. It says running on grace coffee. No, coffee has great friends, happiness in a cup. I really like this, and I hadn't used it. It says with coffee and grace, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Isaiah 40:31. And it says, I think, therefore I've had my coffee. You know, that's true, because yesterday I was so frustrated looking for this die. I probably spent an hour looking for this thing, like pulling out all my dies and going through them twice to see if I'd missed it somewhere, and then I was frustrated with myself because I knew I had it and I could not find it. I just stopped crafting, so that's why this video is a little late. I mean, it's on the right day, it's just a little late, but I really was frustrated with myself. And how did I get off on that story? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I tore out a couple of the papers and put them in here because I don't know who this will go to yet. And I don't know if they're going to be religious or not. And if they're not, then I will remove these and put something else in. But I like them. So anyway. But I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I think I'm going to use a different die set with little cups and things and put a few of those in. Plus I'm going to put some die cuts and things in. I can't do stamped images, but I can do die cuts. I just put a couple pieces of the paper, little bits of the paper in here for now until I figure out. I'll probably have die cuts and maybe washi in there. This is one of the stickers. This was a piece that was on the same banner strip as, where'd it go? As I lost it. As this. It was like down here, I think. I don't know. I can't remember, or maybe up there. I'm not sure. And then, but the sticker, I took there was like a pop dot on, and I took it off and I just glued it down again to make a tuck spot. This is just another little slip of the paper, and it says I don't give a sip. I stamped that right on the paper, and that's from this KS Crafts too. And then the other side, here's the rest of that banner with some of that washi I showed you, and this is just here temporarily to show you that it's also a tuck spot. Here I made a pocket and another tag, but I again don't have the ribbon I want to use on it, so I'll be looking around for different ribbons to put in and finishing. And I need decorations on these. Well, this one, the pocket, I want to put something on the pocket and maybe some trim up here. I don't know. So this one, I don't think I have anything in. No, there's nothing in that one yet. This is more of that Michael's trim, another little booklet kind of thing. Nothing stamped in it yet. I don't know if I will. More coffee beans stamped. This is just a piece of paper that'll be eventually a tag. Something will be a tag, and with a ribbon coming out the top. This one, again, I don't know what to do with it. Some more cut aparts from the paper in here. And I actually had to trim them down to get them in. And then this one doesn't have anything in it. I honestly am not done decorating. And then another, open it up, and I stamped You Warm My Heart. That was out of something different. That was out of Sunny Studio. It's more of a Christmassy one, but it has You Warm My Heart, which I have on there backwards. And this cup, this heart, and this little heart I used to stamp on there. So that's what I did there. And then this is the donut washi. And do you see what I did here? I originally cut the paper all the way over to there, and then I'm like, and I wanted to do a flap. I'm like, well, I can't do a flap if the holes, because I had punched a hole in it already. I'm like, I can't do a flap with that. So I cut it down. And then I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to take it all apart and put the ribbon back through there and glue that down. And then I thought it kind of looked funky because I rounded this, but the donuts line up. Yeah, I do goofy stuff sometimes. And then I just put that on with washi on both sides to hold it so it's a flap. And then I put another flap on this side which I haven't decorated yet, but that's how that goes. And then another half of a doily. And then here, this was a label, but I cut the, it's a cut apart, but I fussy cut the label out of the, it had like a brown with pink around it. So I just fussy cut it there, but I made it into a tuck spot also. It goes straight up like that. So I might flag that and make it like a banner. And then this is the front flap of the bag. But you see, this is, I don't care for the ribbon too much because it gets loose on me. And oh, and on the flap here it says, "Hello, friend." And I did, that's actually a cut apart, but I put it on top paper, and then I did put paper under here because it gets pretty, it's pretty bulky and it's going to get a lot of wear and tear, so I wanted it to be something sturdy. And I thought, I saw some of Julie's, and she makes them so beautiful with different fancy ribbons and lace, and I just wasn't feeling it. And then I'm going to just tie that in a knot for now. So I got it a little too bulky already, and I'm not even done yet to flap that around all the way. So I think the next time I'm going to leave the flap off, which she did in one of her examples, and then sew it in with the pamphlet or booklet stitch. And then she did a third one with machine sewing, and I will not be doing that one because my machine is in the basement and I have nowhere to put it up here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun making it, except for the frustration of losing my mind, I think. My die that I wanted to use. I still like that one. Now, you know, I forgot I had that when I went and bought a different one in the Stampin' Up! Clearance rack, which I also like, but it's a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, this is so frustrating. What do I do with stuff? I don't know. I don't know. See, now I lost. Oh, here it is. I was looking for a stamp case, but it's a die. So it's a little bit bigger, see? And it was just a little too big for on the cover, because originally when I thought this was going to flap over better, right? And it will if I tie that tighter. This would have been covering it too much. So anyway, I didn't use it, but I do like that. And I think I'm going to be making some tags, embellishments with that, and maybe some other things too. So that is for March. I have a whole list of ideas. I think I showed a glance of that last month. It's just on the back of an envelope, and so far I've gotten one done. So yeah, which is this. I wanted to do this paper bag mini journal because I've never, or whatever you call it, because I've never made one. I think it came out cute. It took me a while to, first of all, pick out all the bags and pieces that you want in your paper. Now, Julie also used tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper. I think she used tea-dyed. I don't have any of that. That's why I just went around the edges of some paper with the inks and tried to, or use this and went over all the white to make it look like tea or coffee dyed. But yeah, so they're fun. I will do it again, but like I said, I'll sew it the next time. I'm not crazy about this method, but it's the first one she showed and I'm new at it, so I wanted to try the easier one. Still a lot of work, putting all the reinforcements on. And what I messaged her about was, you know, in her video she shows where you put the hole and the reinforcements on. She hadn't picked out the paper yet. She hadn't decorated hers yet. But when I was watching in the beginning of her video, she showed one that was done this way, and it looked like the designer paper was over to the edge. I'm like, Julie, do you do that first before you put the ribbon through? And she said, you can do it either way. You can either stop your designer paper like here and leave that exposed with just the, but I didn't like that. I had to have the paper go all the way over. So I ended up, you know, tediously hole punching every paper which you have to line up and put, you know, pencil mark in, then bring in your hole punch and punch it and whatever. But that took quite a while to do, to pick the papers, to pick the bags, then pick the papers, then do the hole punching. But and then the fun part with the decorating begins. And that takes a while for me too, because I'm slow. And right off the bat I got frustrated because I couldn't find my die. Anyway, I'm rambling on. It's 25 minutes. I don't want to hold you any longer. Please go check out Stamp Girl. And I believe Linda is joining us. And I'm not sure. I think also Linnea on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm not positive about that because my brain is like can't remember right now because I have so many collabs and things going on. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace.